So Iran has made another dramatic move to enhance its air defense. Reports suggest that Tehran conducted the first operational test of the Russian S-400 Triumf air defense system on July 26. Iran has deployed its Russian S-400 near the strategically important city of Isfahan. This move marks a seismic shift in Tehran's ability to protect its airspace against adversaries, notably Israel and the United States. Iranian media reported that the test involved the deployment of the complete S-400 air defense battery. This includes the 91 N6E Big Bird acquisition radar, the 92 N6E Gravestone engagement radar, a command and control unit, and multiple mobile surface-to-air missile launchers. Reports claim that Iran used two missiles for the operational test: the 48 N6E3 long-range missile, which can travel up to 250 kilometers, and the 40 N6 surface-to-air missile, capable of destroying high-value airborne targets at distances of up to 380 kilometers. Regional open-source intelligence platforms monitoring the area reported unusual electromagnetic emissions consistent with the S-400 radar profiles. They also noted transport signatures matching the S-400 components. So, even though the S-400 is considered one of the most advanced air defense systems out there, it really brings up an important question. Can its deployment actually serve as a credible deterrent for Iran to defend its airspace? In the recent conflict with Israel, there were reports that Iranian air defenses, they fell short in deterring Israeli fighter jets. Despite all those rumors that Iran's Bawar 373 surface-to-air missile system actually managed to down Israeli warplanes, there just wasn't any official confirmation of those claims. And during the war with Iran, Israel even released videos showing its fighter jets refueling on their way to Iran. It's believed that these refuelers played a really critical role in Israel's air combat capabilities against Iran. Now, with the deployment of the S-400, those refuelers could become vulnerable targets, which might put Israel's air fleet at risk of running out of fuel right in the middle of a mission. With a long-range 40 N6 missile, Iran can now threaten high-value aircraft like the E-2D Hawkeyes, J-Star's radar jets, KC-135 tankers, or even stealth fighters from up to 350 kilometers away. The deployment of such long-range systems will also force Israel and the United States to rethink their airborne intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and strike operations, particularly around Iran's nuclear and missile development sites. Despite the S-400's limited detection capabilities against stealth aircraft, Tehran's enhanced defenses will force Israel to reconsider its aerial warfare strategies. Notably, Israel's only real advantage over Iran has been its air force. Moreover, all of the United States allies in the Gulf have reportedly denied permission to Israel to land its warplanes at United States bases in the Middle East, further limiting Tel Aviv's operational reach. A separate report also suggests that Saudi Arabia denied a United States request to supply air defense missiles to Israel. Washington had asked Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to help replenish Israel's interceptors after Iranian attacks strained their missile defense capacity. Reports claim that bin Salman wanted Israel to suffer at the hands of Iran. The fear among Middle Eastern nations is rising as Israel continues to assert its military dominance. Many Arab leaders fear that if Tehran falls, they could be the next. The deployment of the S-400, the first ever on Iranian soil, sends a clear warning to Israel and the US that entering Iranian airspace will come at a cost. While reports of the deployment are being widely discussed among defense experts as a major development, Iran has remained silent on the matter. The reports of S-400's operational test come just days after a Russian cargo plane, the Ilyushin Il-76, briefly landed in Tehran. The suspicious arrival of the Il-76 fueled speculations that Russia was, supplying weapons to Iran. The clandestine landing of the Russian aircraft actually coincided with the expansion of Iran's radar coverage. Experts suggest that the cargo plane's arrival on July 26 may have delivered the final S-400 missiles or perhaps critical fire control software upgrades. It's interesting to note that Iran had, previously shown little interest in acquiring the S-400. They insisted that their indigenous Bawar 373 system already provided similar capabilities. But experts have questioned these claims. They cite Tehran's limited technological base and experience in developing long-range air defense systems. It is also believed that Russia's decision to supply the S-400 may have been influenced by its failure to deliver the Su-35 fighter jets that Iran had ordered. Iran had planned to integrate the Su-35S into its multi-domain defense network to counter any potential foreign aggression. But Russia's failure to fulfill that order reportedly irked Tehran. With the Russian military strained in the war with Ukraine, the S-400 delivery to Tehran is seen as an interim solution to Iran's defense requirements. Experts argue that the move is not just a military exchange, but a political signal wrapped in missile launchers. Now, amid ongoing talks over Iran's uranium enrichment program and the constant threat of renewed conflict with Israel and the United States, Tehran appears to be hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst.